Can you tell us a little bit more about the introduction process? So you had mentioned about 2 weeks beforehand, you were sort of priming the teams around some of the core concepts. So around the next level goal concept for what they should be thinking about. And then the kicked off meeting, it sounded like there was a structure in place. If somebody was to roll this out for the first time, how would you help them sort of prepare that launch?
I think the priming piece is of the utmost importance. That is first and foremost, just kind of get people on board with like next level and really, get their buy in, like how this is going to benefit them. Like at the end of this release, okay, I will be here. So that's really important. One of the things that's foundational is having that trust and that psychological safety with your team
Hmm.
because I brought them into the meeting. Well, brought them in. We're all virtual, right? And I had this, like the table, their names were all there. And I just asked them, right? I was like, are you willing to share? Because I had spoken to each one of them individually. I think that's really important too, is to touch base with each member, like, during your 101s to see if they're up for it. Um, and then, basically I had to row with my name on it and I filled in mine. And then I was like, would anybody else be open to share? And we're all here to support you and help you like reach your goals. And by doing that, it was really interesting. People were just very open. I can't thank my teams enough for just like their collaboration. Because at the end, I walked into that meeting expecting, you know, I might get some fill-ins. I don't know how deep it's gonna go with people, or I might just have some blank rows. And all of it was acceptable to me. And I left that meeting like really grateful for like just the openness and the vulnerability that everybody shared.
Have you read anything by Priya Parker?
I have not.
Jerry and I geek out about her work all the time. She wrote this book called The Art of Gathering. And just to recognize some of the practices from what she talks about in her book, I think you so artfully applied in this meeting. The first one was she talks a lot about like depending on if you're asking folks to contribute something vulnerably, you as the facilitator or the leader of that meeting set the depth of that vulnerability. And so to call out for you going first and sharing your goal, your personal goals in a way it's really authentically reflective of what you value most and what you care about. I imagine people watching that go, "Oh wow, like I can really go deep with what I want to share here." So that part really stands out to me. And then I think the other part is sort of making explicit that sense of safety that this space is for them. I think is really powerful when it comes to setting the stage for that meeting. So those are just two things that really stood out to me from what you shared there as like really powerful practices for those types of conversations.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, and like I said, I was super surprised by what people put down. I will share mine first. I'm gonna keep going in that spirit. So the two things I put down was rest and let go, which was so important. Like I absolutely needed more rest. Like the previous release had pretty much, I was crawling to the finish line a wee bit. So that was really good to make sure that I put more rest in mine and also to model it. I always tell my folks to take time off, but I really wasn't. So, I was like, okay, I'm gonna make sure that I do this on a regular, consistent basis, not just around the holidays, right? So rest was number one. And then the other one was let go, which is, it's a long standing thing I'm still working with over a lifetime. I am a very determined and persistent person. So, I have to remember how to just kind of relax and let, trust the universe. I guess that's basically what I'm saying. So those are my two. The couple of the other ones. So just to kind of give some examples of what was shared and just the range and depth. So I had some team members who shared, I want to grow in confidence. That was huge. That was really huge. Other ones shared, I want to grow in like my energy awareness, kind of back to my self awareness piece. I really want to know so I can better like interact. Am I having a good day? Should I go to that meeting? Should I just keep my camera off, or should I just skip it all and send a Slack message? Right? Like, how am I showing up? And then the other ones range from like, oh, I want to, strengthen my fundamental CS skills or software architecture. So we had a huge range, of the things that people wanted to do as far as like where their focus wanted to be for the next